What if I told you that the man behind one of the world's most iconic car brands started off experimenting with light bulbs in his attic? Ferdinand Porsche not only revolutionized the automotive industry, but also built a company now worth over $30 billion. But here's the twist. His journey to success was far from glamorous. From creating one of the world's first electric cars to making a controversial alliance with Hitler, Porsche's path is filled with triumphs, betrayals, and a bold decision that saved the company from the brink of disaster. You won't believe how it all unfolded. Ferdinand Porsche was born in 1875 in a small village of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which is now part of the Czech Republic. He wasn't born into a world of luxury cars, nor did he even show an interest in automobiles as a child. In fact, his father ran a blacksmithing business, but young Ferdinand was never really passionate about it. What did fascinate him, though, was electricity. As the 19th century turned into the 20th, the electric light bulb was still a new invention, and Ferdinand became obsessed with it. He spent his free time experimenting with electric circuits in the attic of his house. Despite his father's displeasure, Porsche's talent was undeniable. By the time he was a teenager, he'd already built an electric generator and installed electric lighting throughout his family's home, something that was almost unheard of at the time. But it wasn't until Ferdinand Porsche left his home and got a job at Bella Egger and Company in Vienna that his career really took off. At just 18 years old, he was already designing electric machinery, and soon after, he developed one of his most innovative inventions, the electric wheel hub motor. Imagine this, an electric motor attached directly to a vehicle's wheels. No gears, no belts, just pure innovation. But Porsche wasn't satisfied with bicycles and small machines. His eyes were on something bigger, automobiles. In the early 1900s, Ferdinand Porsche built his first car, the Porsche P1, which was fully electric. That's right. The man who would later be known for roaring gasoline-powered sports cars started with an electric vehicle. But back then, electric cars were heavy, slow, and had limited range. The Porsche P1 could only go 21 miles per hour and travel about 49 miles on a single charge. It was groundbreaking, but it wasn't enough for Ferdinand. He wanted to push the boundaries further. In 1900, Ferdinand Porsche made a daring move that would forever change the automotive industry. He added a gasoline engine to his electric motors, creating the world's first hybrid car. This innovation was far ahead of its time, but once again, the heavy batteries and limited range kept electric and hybrid cars from taking off. Yet Ferdinand Porsche's name was starting to spread. People noticed his ability to think differently and create solutions no one else had dreamed of. Over the next decade, Porsche built race cars and became a prominent figure in the racing world, developing cars that won prestigious events across Europe. But as World War I began, his focus shifted from race cars to war machines. During the war, Porsche designed military vehicles and aircraft engines, which earned him a reputation as one of the best engineers in Europe. But as successful as he was in the military field, his passion remained in the world of cars. After the war, Porsche continued building fast, high-performance cars. His designs were successful, but nothing could prepare him for what came next. In 1933, Ferdinand Porsche received an unexpected letter from none other than Adolf Hitler. Hitler had an ambitious idea. He wanted every German citizen to own a car, a people's car, or Volkswagen. Porsche was tasked with designing this car. It needed to seat a family of 5, be affordable, and easy to maintain. What came from this collaboration was the Volkswagen Beetle, one of the most successful cars in history. Porsche's design was simple yet effective, and it became a symbol of affordable transportation for decades. But this partnership with Hitler also tied Porsche's name to Nazi Germany, a connection that would haunt him later in life. World War II brought darker times for Porsche. He was forced to design military vehicles for the Nazis, including tanks and artillery tractors. While these designs were mechanically brilliant, they were over-engineered and often failed in battle. Porsche's involvement with the war led to his eventual arrest by the French government for war crimes, and he spent nearly 2 years in prison. During his imprisonment, it was his son, Ferdinand Porsche, who stepped in to keep the family business alive. And Ferry wasn't just keeping the lights on, he was ready to build something completely new. In 1948, Ferdinand Porsche designed and built the very first car to bear the Porsche name, the Porsche 356. This small, sleek roadster wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of the Porsche family's return to their true passion. It was fast, reliable, and a joy to drive, earning Porsche victories in races across Europe and winning the hearts of car enthusiasts. But here's where things get really interesting. As much as the Porsche 356 was loved, it was still very much rooted in the design of the Volkswagen Beetle. Porsche needed something new, something groundbreaking. And that's when Ferry's son, Ferdinand Alexander Porsche, stepped in. He wasn't an engineer like his father or grandfather, but he had a keen eye for design. In 1964, he introduced the world to what would become the most iconic sports car of all time, the Porsche 911. The 911 was faster, more powerful, and much more advanced than any car Porsche had built before. It featured a 6-cylinder engine, rear-mounted for better balance, and was not only fast but also incredibly reliable. The 911 was an instant success, both on the road and on the racetrack. It went on to win races at prestigious events like the Monte Carlo Rally, Le Mans, and Daytona. The car became a symbol of Porsche's engineering excellence and cemented the brand's legacy as a leader in the sports car world. By the late 20th century, Porsche was a household name, known for luxury, speed, and precision, but even the greatest companies faced challenges. In the early 1990s, Porsche was struggling financially. Sales were down, and the company was losing money fast. So, Porsche made a decision that shocked the automotive world. They announced they were going to build an SUV. Many believed this move would ruin the brand's reputation. But in 2002, Porsche introduced the Cayenne, a luxury SUV that kept the spirit of Porsche alive. It wasn't just any SUV. It was fast, powerful, and capable of off-roading with the same reliability as their sports cars. The Cayenne became Porsche's best-selling vehicle and saved the company from bankruptcy. Today, the Porsche brand is stronger than ever, with models like the 911 still capturing the imagination of drivers, while new innovations like the fully electric Taycan are pushing the brand into the future. Porsche's story is more than just about cars. It's about perseverance, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of greatness, even in the face of adversity. From a young boy tinkering with light bulbs in his attic to building one of the most recognizable luxury brands in the world, Ferdinand Porsche and his legacy have taught us that no dream is too big and no challenge too great if you're willing to push boundaries and take risks. And while Porsche continues to innovate with electric vehicles like the Taycan, one has to wonder, what would Ferdinand think if he saw how far his vision has come today? Would he be proud? Or would he already be thinking about the next great innovation? What do you think? Share your thoughts below. And if you're ready for more stories about the visionaries who shaped our world, make sure you stick around. We're just getting started on this journey.